Introduction to the Creative Advantage Life Cycle: How to enhance your creativity throughout all stages of your life. Creativity is the most important asset we have to negotiate through this rapidly changing world. From the way we manage our work life and conduct business, to how we learn a new skill, model behaviours for our children, and shape the way we age to express our unique selves, the creative brain has no limits. By broadening the applicability of creativity and recognising how it can elevate us both personally and professionally, we can start to realise the enormous reach we can have as parents, leaders, educators, and in everyday life. We can establish the foundations of the creative advantage. As leaders, we can have more impact as we learn the skills of effective and creative leadership to enable us to manage the challenges faced by our workplace teams, organisations, and the society at large. As educators and parents, we're discovering the role creativity plays in development and learning, with educational psychologists identifying that creative process underpins classroom learning as well as critical informal learning, from speaking our first language to engaging in group play. And as adults, we can tap into positive peak experiences, the flow that contributes to happy, healthy, and fulfilling lives, as well as face everyday problems that require creative responses. So how can we nurture and take advantage of our own individual creative abilities if we're to solve the pressing problems facing our world? The answer to this is the objective of this program: to lay out the science behind the apparent mystery of creativity, to not only appreciate our creative potential, but to give us all the motivation and the tools to obtain a creative advantage in all aspects of life. The first online program in the Creative Advantage program series demonstrated that we're all born to be creative. It's a necessary and innate ability with an evolutionary basis that natural selection has favoured to enable us to mix things up to stay on top of what life can throw at us. Like any ability, while we have a certain capacity, we can learn and improve. We have also learnt that the neuroscience points to the growing understanding that while most of us may be born with more or less the same brain, our capacity to use it can be strengthened throughout our life by the way we strengthen our creative abilities. But ultimately, creativity is as much about what we do as it is about how we do it. The Creative Advantage Life Cycle program series reveals how creativity leads to the powerhouse of innovation, helping us all to use these learnings successfully in both our personal and professional lives to influence organisational cultures and, more broadly, society. But creativity is also visible in those seemingly small decisions we make daily, and this little c everyday creativity can be influenced with the creative techniques outlined in this program series. It's curated from the latest research from the world's most renowned experts and thinkers in the fields of neuroscience, social science, education and psychology to provide an understanding and practical approach to successfully create an advantage where you work, live, play, and as you age. So let's start by defining what we mean by a creative life cycle. A life cycle is defined as the developmental stages that occur during an organism's lifetime. For us humans, this program highlights the major stages of the life cycle as pregnancy, infancy, the toddler years, childhood, puberty, older adolescence, adulthood, middle age, and the senior years. We know that with proper nutrition and exercise, we can ensure good health and mental well-being throughout our lifespan. But where does creativity fit into this? This program explores how we can utilise creativity to proactively enhance every aspect of our life, from the early years, schooling and further education, work life, as well as our health and well-being as we age. It also recognises that we can all be challenged during these life cycle periods. We can be juggling roles as parents, combined with demanding work life and the needs of ageing parents, leaving us somewhat overwhelmed and impacting on our mental and physical well-being. This program understands the complexity of modern life and aims to help you tap into those practical, creative problem-solving approaches that support you across the crossroads that you'll meet in your lifespan. More about how this program is structured. The course is divided into 3 sections that you can purchase separately depending on what stage in your life cycle you're most interested in learning about. Of course, you can also undertake all 3 sections, and you'll find this introduction is repeated in each to ensure an overall understanding of the program's intent. So if you purchase all 3 sections, you might want to skip the introduction if you've already heard it. Each program includes a series of reflective activities to help you consider the questions to ask that drive the notion of creativity as a distinct advantage rather than just leaving it to chance. I encourage you to undertake these activities to ensure you get the most out of the course. They are included as downloadable PDFs. You'll also receive a series of introductory resources to review that summarise the first online program called The Creative Advantage: How to Develop Creative Strengths and Skills, Build Creative Routines, Learn Tools, and Rewire Your Brain-Body Connection. If you haven't undertaken this online course or read the book The Creative Advantage: How the Intersection of Science and Creativity Reveals Life's Ultimate Advantage, then these resources will help you to understand the important foundations these online programs are built upon. These concepts are mentioned in the program, so to ensure you understand these, you'll also receive a downloadable PDF that recaps the creative fundamentals, including a summary of the following. How do we define creativity? Are you a little or big C creative? What's going on in the creative brain? The whole brain at work? And can the brain change? It also includes an important model utilised throughout the program, known as the 4 essential creative elements. While the Creative Advantage draws on many studies, it highlights the important foundational work led by Harvard professor Teresa Amabile, whose work by her team over many years has had a profound impact on the way the topic is understood, particularly in the workplace culture. What we'll learn from their work is that there are 4 key elements to achieve creativity. 3 of these are internal to us, and we have the direct ability to enhance these. They are intrinsic motivation, our willingness to engage, our mindset, and the desire to work with challenges. Domain relevant skills, defined by subject area expertise to draw upon as we progress through a creative process. Creative skills and behaviours. While these may vary depending on our personality, they're all conducive to problem solving. The 4th element that exists outside the individual is our environment. The family, social environments, and our workplaces can have a profound influence, either positively or negatively, to affect creative expression. The elegance of this model that we'll refer to as the Creative Elements Model is that it's applicable across all aspects of our lives. Motivation can be influenced through the design of schools, jobs, and through following our curiosity. Domain expertise can be improved through the way we practice, and the creative process skills can be learnt. Increasing research into the work environment has led to more awareness of its association with organisational innovation. The advantage is when you have these elements all working in your favour, they can combine to give you a creative advantage. When supplemented by creative problem-solving tools, you can ensure a creative outcome every time. I encourage you to review these downloadable PDFs before you progress into the life cycle sections of this program. So now, go to the next video to learn how this program is structured.